RedemptionCast, Season 3, Episode 21, Benediction. Angel and Connor engage in some father-son bonding while fighting side by side. Meanwhile, Wesley and Lila spend more time together, and Cordy and the Grusalog grow further apart.
This is where the theme goes. This is where the theme goes.
Okay. My name is Steven.
My name is Steven.
My name is Steven.
You can call me Steve.
Ooh.
And I'm Connor.
Hey, Connor. Welcome, Matt, to our show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being so patient and not murdering us while you waited.
Is this your first podcast?
This is, in fact, my second podcast. My first one was about 3 years ago.
Oh, so when we were covering season 2.
When I was on an episode of Geek Fights.
Oh, okay.
Babylon 5.
Okay.
Second there, I was like,
watch Geeks fight.
I was thinking, I'm the worst person ever. I totally forgot that you were on as a guest before. But,
No,
Not here.
Okay, good.
Wait, is Geek Fights another one of your podcasts, Robin?
Oh, no. It will be soon.
Ah.
Are you looking for guests, by the way?
Geek Fights? I'm afraid they've been off the air since I was on.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, guys. We may not be the most frequent podcast, but longevity.
Yes, may I congratulate all of you. Every single other Buffy cast that I've tried to listen to that's done an episode-by-episode format has petered off somewhere around season 4 or 5.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, we totally kicked Buffy's ass when it came to doing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yes, there are like a couple of things from all that. Number one, this is probably going to be our last episode.
No.
What?
And number two, if not the episode by episode thing, might not be so consistent in the future, but we'll get to that.
Oh dear.
So yeah, we'll only be covering the opening teaser and who's who in the credits from here on out. Robert Kral, who dat?
Okay.
No idea. Okay, so we're here to talk about Benediction.
Holy moly!
And directed by Tim Minear.
Yay!
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend of the pod.
No. Did y'all notice that everybody's been wearing the same outfit for about 3 episodes now?
Yeah.
What?
Everyone's wearing the same outfit for 3 episodes now. That's what Cylon Steph said.
Okay.
Well,
I told
they
you
have
there were
followed
storms
right
in my
after each
house.
other.
Right.
Yeah, they were literally, they picked up right where the other one left off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm skipping right ahead. The most pathetic dinner ever.
Oh,
Microwave
so
meal
sad.
and red wine. I'm sorry. That's so bad. Oh gosh. Oh no.
I haven't even done that.
we haven't.
A microwave dinner and red wine? That's what I just had. No.
Oh.
no.
Sorry.
No.
All right. Well, it sounds like we want to get right into the episode, so I will begin the recap, and you feel free to begin the interrupting anytime you want.
Sure.
All right, here we go. Angel returns beaten. He tells the gang that Connor is Steven, and he'll be fine, even if something else might have come out of that portal looking for him. And
So, guys, I was at this point still confused, and not confused, but I hadn't really clued into the thing that followed Connor out was Holt.
Yeah.
I thought that there was like a monster.
Yeah.
And we just hadn't seen it yet, and it was going to be something that we're going to have to deal with. And then it kind of dawned on me. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as events further along show, that's not too far off from what actually happened.
He is a monster.
But
So-
still. Different kind of monster.
What happened to Holt? How old is he now?
Well, you'd have to assume that he's at least 17 or 18, considering how old Connor is.
Yeah.
Holt is 17?
Years older.
He's that much.
I know, but he looks like he's 100 years older.
It was just poor meatloaf.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm using terminology from a different podcast. That was just poor makeup.
Okay.
Well, it's that Kortoth weather. It's really damaging.
Right.
Really bears down on you. Okay, so meanwhile, Stephen checks into a hotel with his pockmarked father, Holtz. The next day, he assaults a big metal box to get some food. And Holtz enjoys the benefits of indoor plumbing. The newspaper shows that they've only been gone for days. It turns out that Stephen the Destroyer intimidated their thirsty slucks just so he could come back to murder Angel. And Holtz just followed him.
Okay.
Holtz never lied to him about who his real father was, and that God delivered him to keep him safe.
Wesley's a god? Is this what we're here to interpret?
Yes.
I mean,
is that what we're supposed to say?
It's just, the
from time traveling,
dramatics from Holtz are just so over the top, guys.
Yeah, I don't like his acting.
His acting is okay. It's just.
I think it's too much.
My son, and I'm your father, and this and that, and I don't know. I really don't get it.
I think it's that vaguely English accent.
It's
too pompous.
Yeah.
I like
perhaps it's a little scary voice.
Yeah. It's the low, scary voice. You're right. It's low. It's scary. It's maybe a little British.
Holtz then tasks Stephen to go to Angel and learn about the evil that he must fight within himself.
This got kind of confusing. Okay, Holtz wants him to go to Angel. He doesn't. He does. He doesn't. Like, make up your mind, Holtz. What are you doing?
Meanwhile, at the Hyperion, Team Angel collects a enchanted crystal and a Geiger counter to see what else came through the portal.
Shiny.
Yeah. You stole my quote.
Ding, 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 ding.
But so is that the first instance? No.
No, but it is definitely.
Firefly's already been on the air?
No,
they said it on Buffy.
Yeah, and Tim Minear, of course, this is his last episode of Angel.
Ever?
He comes back and I think writes and directs the season 4 finale, or just directs it. He comes back for that, but he goes to Firefly after this.
Oh, okay.
Shiny. Cordy thinks Angel is doing the right thing with waiting for Stephen, even though he worries that he won't ever show up. At the same time, Gru mopes in the courtyard and tricks Lauren into giving him advice about his relationship with Cordy.
That's dumb. All Lauren ever does is give people advice. I was disappointed he didn't have Gru sing something.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait. He's from Pylea. He doesn't know music.
That's true. Sometimes, even if you hop a dimension, things might not work out. So Gru decides to take a walk, telling Lauren to tell Cordy if she asks.
Oh, that was so pathetic.
Heartbreaking.
No, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. Listen, Gru. If you want your woman's attention, go say hi to her, right? If you're trying to, and then later on, what happens is really creepy.
Yes.
But
I called it.
Yeah, I know you did. I can't wait till Stephen murders Gru in the next episode. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen.
Anybody want to make a prediction how Cordy gets her Gru back?
No.
Nailed it.
Okay, good night, everyone. No, so Gru is so lame and so
Aw.
sappy and pathetic. The word is pathetic, guys. Gru is
He
pathetic.
traveled different dimensions to be with her, and she can't even
Yes,
get the time of
he
day.
did.
He's
You know what that's
entitled.
called, Kim? It's called codependency. And it
No.
only works if both of them are codependent, and she ain't. So maybe Gru better get a life. Gru, get a life. You want Cordy to find you more attractive and more appealing than Angel? Go out and be somebody. Go do something with yourself. Don't just mope around and be like.
In a world that he's never been to.
Well, he'll be just fine. I'm sure he could work as a hand model or other kind of model. He's in LA. He can find all kinds of weird things to do for money.
There's all sorts of quote unquote modeling jobs
Modeling
available
jobs
in LA.
in LA. But here's the thing: it's like nobody wants a lap dog. Am I right, ladies?
Yeah.
I'm going to take that as a resounding vote of confidence and
Yes.
continue my rant. Nobody wants a lap dog. Go out and be something. Go be somebody. Stop being a loser. Yeah, I said it. Gru's a loser. Loser Gru. Gru loser.
Cruiser.
No, Gru loser.
Cruiser. Okay. Meanwhile, Angel mourns the loss of his son, which is even more painful with him in this dimension and hating him. Cordy reassures him that he'll be back. He's family.
Yeah, they're in
Say about family.
Angel's half-painted bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
he moved the old
was
boxing
thinking,
bag upstairs.
who does all the drywalling in there?
Angel.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't
because
have a
as we
Xander.
know- maybe he hires Xander.
That's true.
No, it's Angel because, as we know from my rant about the walls in the flashbacks in Ireland, he must have known about drywall centuries ago. So he's really good at it.
Oh, that's an amazing callback to last season, which was about 5
Shut
years
up.
ago.
We all have busy lives.
I was just thinking how funny it would be that we somehow find out like offhand Cordy mentions that Xander does come down and like rebuild the rooms, but really it's not that exciting to actually put on the show. It's just doing it in the background.
Yeah. Off screen.
So, okay, after Cordy says that Connor will come back, he's family, then we cut to the most pathetic dinner ever. Wesley.
Yes, Wesley. Kicking back with a lean cuisine and some wine.
Wesley and
when
Gru
his-
should be roommates. Roommates.
When his computer beeps, he clicks on something that looks like email, but it's actually a Word document. It's a message to meet somebody
Text
later.
message.
Oh my god.
Via computer.
Hey guys, that was back before Apple realized that the Apple logo should look right side up when people are watching you work. That was one of those old black MacBooks, early MacBooks. Oh.
I mean, that wasn't an actual. I mean, maybe I'm not familiar with early.
No,
early
it wasn't.
MacBooks.
No, it wasn't an email. But you see, Robin, when did this episode air?
99.
So in 1999,
99.
we were
I thought
still
it was 2002.
2002. Sorry, 2002.
So in 2002, we were still, and this has actually lasted a very long time. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in popular culture, TV and movies, whenever someone has to like do an internet search, it's always like some off-brand, made-up search engine, and it's all like and there are people designing interfaces for phones because nobody wants to just show the iPhone, right?
Yeah.
So this is still in that era of we can't show anybody using Outlook, so just have something on the desktop that says message. Because it miraculously just nobody knows how it works. It's okay. Just put something there. It's like it's the same approach as when people used to be driving, like Toonsis. And everybody who drives in TV for a long time was always moving the steering wheel way too much. Right? Just so that they look like they were driving. It's the same. It's
Oh
the
my
same
gosh.
thing.
Can I tell you a recollection which that reminds me of?
No, of
let's
course.
flashback here. I was in high school and this guy Ray was hilarious. He was like a he loved like Rodney Dangerfield, basically. And he'd always give me like rides back and forth to school. And he had like the hottest car, because that was all his image and stuff. But his favorite thing to do was to drive past people kind of slowly, but like holding his hands over the wheels and gesturing wildly like he was losing control of the car, even though his hands were actually on the wheel. And so people driving by would just like look at him like, what the? Every time they drive by.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah, so that was an interesting bit of technology on TV thing that it always makes me laugh. But yeah, so he gets a mysterious message, and it says, "Follow the white rabbit." Wait, no, almost.
You up?
Yeah.
At the hotel, everyone follows Fred, who uses her interdimensional monster detector, straight to something hot. Angel's son.
Gross.
No.
So gross. I was like, ew. Were they trying to make him like the new heartthrob? Because I'm like, ew.
No. No, not a heartthrob material, that boy.
No.
Angel introduces everyone to Steven, who is shy but definitely frowny towards Lorne. What to do?
Steven's a racist, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite part was? When Cordelia was just screaming, Angel! Angel!
That was great, because that's exactly how you talk in a club.
Yep. Or to your daughter when she has her headphones on.
I suppose.
Yeah. So some girl is in trouble with some vampires, and we notice that her visions now integrate the people around her into them. So Angel is literally, well, not literally, but actually in front of her in the club, but not in the club,
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Angel decides to take Steven out to the club because Steven is all about the killing.
That
When he's
was
17
weird.
and can totally get into a club, no problem, with
Yep.
his dad.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
Hey.
I'm his dad.
There's a vampire
They
club.
can-
They don't care.
They can
Hey.
totally get in with stakes and everything.
I have a stupid question. I don't remember how Cordelia became a demon. Please explain.
Oh, it was
There's this guy named Skip.
Skip.
Yep.
Skip the
Okay,
Skip the
Skip. I
selfish
remember Skip.
asshole.
The guy from The Office.
She was on like a sitcom for a minute.
Yeah.
Cordy.
And it was a wonderful life. And then she realized that the visions would drive Angel insane. And then Skip gave the visions back to her, but made her like half demony. And so she's half demony and floaty and glowy. And
Oh, I haven't gotten to the glowing part.
Well, we've had a glowy.
We've had her glowy before.
Oh yeah, a little. Nothing like this. I mean, she went full on Galadriel, guys.
Yeah.
That was some serious shit right there.
Well, she pretty much did when they cleared out the slugs the last time, too.
That's Slux. I couldn't, it's funny because I thought that name was hysterical reading about it, and they never actually mentioned it in the script for the price. But they actually, like Holtz, I think Holtz or Stephen Connor mention it by name in this episode. So
Okay.
I'm wondering what the slugs are. Those glowy slugs. Speaking of glowy, at the Electro Glow Stick Club, I made that name up. We see that this is where Wesley is meeting Lila. She
Ooh.
wants to let
She has
Wesley,
a martini.
Yeah. She got the whole death of Justine all set up to go by a bunch of bloodsuckers, and Wesley wonders if she should stay or go. And Lila is happy to see that he's sort of like half cares.
Okay.
And
We have to talk about this.
Yeah.
So she went through all this trouble to set up Justine versus the Vamps.
Uh-huh.
To what end? What is she testing in Wesley, really?
how
I'm
bad
not
is
at
he?
liberty to say at this time.
No,
Oh,
I think
thank
it's
you.
pretty apparent at this point. I mean, is how
Oh, well, Robin, please explain, because I'm confused. What is she testing.
Wolfram Heart is all about the corruption. It's all about.
Oh, so she's just
draining the
trying to
goodness
test
out of
to
people.
See if he's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If he
because
doesn't.
she slit his throat.
She's trying to see if he wants retribution for his injury by seeing her die, or will he rescue her or
Well,
let
of course
her
he's
in?
gonna intervene. He's Wesley Wyndham Price.
Yeah,
but he does say, like, I don't know what I should do, or he's like indecisive of what he should do, and Lila actually is like just happy that happens. So
I didn't get the sense he was indecisive though.
I think she was wanting to see if this experience, this event in his life, turned him to dark side. Against Angel.
She's been trying to win him over,
Yeah.
The whole Dante's Inferno
so
book.
Funny. Ha ha ha! Did you see that? I said come along because that's what you come with. You have no friends.
It's true. Yeah. How else would you come, really? Oh, Wesley. Yeah, so Wesley's up there and she's like, "Ooh, are you gonna step in?" He's like, "We don't have to worry about that. Look."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, do you have the lines in front of you?
No.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say Connor doesn't understand why Angel kills his
Oh,
own
I was
kind.
just gonna clear up the Lila says, wait. So Wes is like, you don't know the first thing about me, do you? And she says, probably not. And he says, like, will he go straight to his car or will he stop to warn her first? And then she goes, oh, he has to stop and think about it. That's good. That's all I really needed to know. You can go.
That's weird.
And that's when he's like, it's a test. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like there are better ways to. I don't know. Seemed like a waste of resources, but no.
And also,
it leads us to a future scene.
Well, also she says, "Well, I was going to have her pulled out of there before anything, really lethal happens."
No one believes that.
And then that's when Angel and Steven walk in, and and then she's like, "Oh, I guess I don't have to do that." So, on the floor below, Angel and Steven discuss tactics, and when the vamps attack, Steven breaks out his super jump. And the two fight side by side, and it looks like Angel's having a bit of fun here.
Hey, what parent doesn't enjoy spending the day with their kid?
Yeah.
Killing.
Dusting.
And it's great. In the scene, you can see that like Wesley, Lila, and Justine all seem to have figured out who this kid is.
I don't understand how he'd be like, oh, that's his kid. I don't know.
Lila didn't figure it out. Wesley figured it out and said
Wesley did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah,
whatever.
because Angel
SOD.
is tall and broad-shouldered, and Connor is.
Yeah, but Darla wasn't.
Connor's just a scrawny little kid.
But Darla wasn't big, tall, and broad-shouldered.
She was a broad who had shoulders. What?
Maybe he got his frame from his mom. That's why he's so petite.
There was one part where just before they had like this, like a glamour shot back to back. I was like, this Connor is so scrawny.
Yeah.
He's no Angel.
Connor, the destroyer of what? Really, everyone? Sandcastles? Sandcastles? Is that what he was building his reputation on? Destroying sandcastles?
I will, however, point us back to episode 2 of Buffy and take a look at David Boreanaz's physique then.
Did he look like Connor?
He was nowhere near the broad-shouldered man that he is now.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason why he always fights with a coat on, guys. Shoulder pad.
Maybe if Connor wore more eyeliner, there would be a resemblance.
Definitely not enough gel in his hair, guys.
Nowhere near.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I love this scene. I just loved it. the way it was filmed.
Well, I mean, I like that
how
Connor
happy it was.
he's kind of torn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was convinced
Because
he
he-
was just faking at this point.
No, because he enjoys fighting with his dad, and just as oh, I'm sorry, that's another television show I was watching, but but you know, he would always look. If you know, on every television show you see, a child always wonders what their dad would be like if they don't grow up with their dad. So,
Yeah.
and he's been told that his dad is a monster who, you know, has this monstrous face, but his dad kills demons, and this kid was raised to kill demons. So
Right.
it's like he's so confused. Why do you kill your own kind?
Yeah. So has anyone ever like actually explicitly told Steven that that Angel has a soul? Because that seems like a pretty important detail to me. Like,
Yeah,
hey guys, there's a hatch.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sure if well, I don't think it's been communicated yet whether or not Steven knows that or whether
That's like the number one thing. I don't understand. We're not
what-
stupid.
was
Like
there
if this
anything-
if this were real life, like you introduce yourself to someone who has the wrong impression about you, and there's one detail about you that if you actually verbalize, has a chance to persuade the majority of people who are prejudging you that they're wrong about you, and you keep it to yourself all the time. I don't get it. It's dumb. SOD.
Just leads to more reasons to have drama. Let me bring up two things that happened during the fight. One of the vampires said that Justine thinks she's a slayer.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about how she's like Buffy and the Witch?
No.
Did we talk about that, or did I read that
No,
afterwards?
no, I don't think so.
I think I read something.
Because she kind of comes from darkness, and also later on they talk about, you know, hate is such a motivator.
Mhm.
She's like a dark slayer.
I don't like this Justine.
No.
She seems more like a groupie than anything.
Interesting.
Yeah, she's like looking for a leader. She's looking for somebody to follow.
A daddy.
Yeah.
Again, I'm just going to keep mentioning every single time Justine comes up, this character would have hit even harder if it was Kate.
You think
Oh,
so?
she was supposed to
I
be
mean, not
Kate.
literally, but but this would have been amazing if it was Kate. I think it would
Was it supposed to be Kate or no?
It was originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
sure, there might have still been some problems there, but I don't know. It would be cool to have an actress that we've been with since season one.
It would have been
off and
cool
on.
for Kate to actually do something and have like a character
Yeah.
arc. Yeah, that would have been cool.
It would have been weird to see Kate fall in love with Holtz, but maybe if she took on her friendship with Holtz as more of a father figure to replace her dead father.
I will be your father. Put your little hand in mine.
And also, during the fight in the club, Lila says, "Who's the boy wonder?" When talking about Connor. This is a reference to Batman and Robin. Angel.
Did you say
Angel being
Robble?
Yeah. Angel, I'm
I thought you said Rommel, the World War One military expert.
Batman and Robin. Angel. I was combining the words Robin and Angel. Angel being Batman,
You
Connor
can do
being
that.
Robin. And that was really cute in the alley when they were like horseplaying and fighting.
That was
together.
awful and cringeworthy.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was sweet.
I thought it was cute, but I gotta say, the weirdest part was when like he's in the Steven's in the alley, Angel pops up behind him, just his Batman trick behind him, and Steven comes at him with the stake, in which Angel then punches his arm around so it stakes another vampire behind him.
That was ridiculous,
Yes.
And
but not half
yeah.
as ridiculous as horseplay.
Why? You ever got a little?
I find horseplay on television and in movies the most absurd thing. It's really absurd, you guys. Unless it's homoerotic, then it's not. In this case, it couldn't be. So it was just absurd.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's something
It's
very father-son thing, especially if you've just like killed a bunch of vampires together with your son, kind of thing.
Hey, let's frolic after all that murder. Here's how we're gonna get the adrenaline out of our systems. Let's frolic about.
Angel was like giddy with pride in his son.
So my son just kicked a bunch of ass. I love kicking ass.
Oh, is it in his blood?
It's in his blood.
Lame. Oh, cringe.
And good old pock-faced Holtz is watching nearby. A nearby scaffolding.
Is it Edward James Holtzmos? My apologies to Edward James Olmos.
Yeah, because
You mean Jacob James Olmos?
Jacob James Olmos.
And then you're like, okay, this is what Holtz wants. Is this what he was orchestrating? You know.
Well,
It was really confusing.
It was weird. It was so half-assed. I thought that Holtz had sent Stephen out to get in Angel's good graces to then murder him.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been logical. That would have made some sense. But instead, go on. Go on.
all right, we'll get to it.
Go on.
Would have been what we expect.
After
Hold on, wait. It may have been what we expect. I agree. However, you know what I don't expect? Something that makes no sense, which is what we got. It doesn't make any sense. Continue. I'll get to the parts that I think.
I feel like we're going to need to talk it through.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so after Angel tells Cordy about his night with Steven, like a proud father, Cordy
And
tells
she's
him
like
that she was...
beaming. She was beaming. She was like so happy for him that he's so proud of his child.
Yeah, she says it was beautiful. She was able to go back into her vision. She's got the power to go back into her vision, just kind of watch things.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of cool.
That's crazy and super creepy, guys.
Meanwhile, even though Steven swears he wasn't deceived by Angel, Holtz tells him his place is by his real father's side. Steven then storms out of the hotel, and Cordy and Fred see that the interdimensional bogey was a short, scary Holtz.
Okay, so Holtz at this point is telling Steven what exactly?
I think he's telling him, like, I can see how much you are enjoying being his son.
All right, to what end? Because this is the thing. This is the thing. Because it's that damn letter, you guys. That
Yeah,
letter
well,
throws everything on its head, and then nothing makes sense. Because right now, at this point, I see Holtz as a manipulator. He's being Machiavellian or He's being Machiavelli. He's orchestrating a way to get. You know,
Right.
he identifies and sees that Steven is reticent to murder his biological father, and so what he does is Holtz concocts a way to get Steven to convince himself that he must do it, right? So lets him go and have fun, and then he wants him to feel guilt for having fun with Angel, right?
Exactly.
And then
yes.
that'll come into play and all that jazz. But that letter totally messes up this theory, you guys. And the show is telling me two things. So
I'll
go
have to
on.
read that letter line
If
by
only
line and
we could
examine
speak
it.
directly to the writer of this episode.
Well, one thing about the letter is that Holtz specifically tells Angel to read the letter. It's addressed as much to Angel as it would be to Steven. In fact, probably even more to Angel than to Steven.
Yeah, it's to convince Angel that he's just being he's got a good heart now, and he's learned the love of a son, and that he's doing the right thing and letting him go.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, after Angel tells Cordy, oh wait, no, I got that part done. Steven shows up at the hotel, ready to get into a fight with too sober to take any of your shit, Lorne. When Cordy intervenes, Cordy tells him that if he doesn't like demons, well, she's half demon too. And in a move that still makes me jump on the rewatch, Steven pulls a knife on her. I was like, whoa!
That was awesome. That was great.
He wheels on her so quickly, and it's got this face that looks like the Tasmanian devil.
And then all of a sudden, Cordy's self-defense practice. She grabs him by the wrist, just like everyone is taught. Grab the stabber with by the wrist. And then she all up Galadriel's, man.
Yeah, the blade disappears.
Glowy and super ominous, and then the blade disintegrates, man.
Yeah, that was really great. I like that effect.
That was awesome. Much better than
says,
the
"Let it go, baby."
on the bus last week.
Yeah. Let it go, baby. Let it go.
Yeah.
And Steven crumples into her chest, and Cordy soothes him. And it's like a baby, a mother holding a baby, maybe? Like she was doing maybe days ago. And as she's holding him closely to her chest, Angel watches from above. So as I plug in my computer, feel free to talk about that.
So,
well, and then we get the sympathy for Connor, because she explains that she can feel that the darkness and all the evil from the dimension he was in got into his
Hortoth,
soul,
right?
And everything.
Hortoth.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's temporary though, right?
It's beautiful, man.
It's temporary. Yeah, I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
We're about to get to a part where I'm just gonna lose my shit. So continue.
After Lauren is very impressed with Cordy's powers, it seems that she was able to give his soul a colonic and wash all that Kortoth shit out of him.
Gross. Moving on.
And Angel thanks her. Steven is remorseful and teary-eyed. Angel offers him a place to stay, and it's here where Steven clues him into the fact that Holtz is back. That's what Angel sends him off with Gunn and Fred. Cordy tells Angel that, sure, kill the crap out of Holtz. Fuck that guy, but don't lie to your son about it.
Okay. I don't know. Also, Holtz is a human, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Angel can't kill him. I'm not physically, but just based on his code of ethics.
Oh,
wait, no, he murdered all those lawyers. Never mind.
Yeah.
I forget Angel is actually a horrible person.
yeah. I was actually thinking about that while watching this episode, because like Angel killed this guy's son. I mean not his son, his family.
Yeah, no, it was his son and his daughter.
Yeah, his wife, his entire family.
Like, because I'm like, I was beginning of this episode, I'm sympathizing with Angel, because I'm just like, he stole Connor, he took him away for 17 years. I'm like, and Jealous murdered this guy's whole family.
Exactly, right? And Jealous did. Angel didn't.
I know, but still, even though he's
the same guy. I mean, he's not as bad anymore, but it's the same guy.
I don't think this guy's about to eat any babies.
No, I know. Listen, but it's the same guy. It's the same eyes. It's the same brain. It's the same ears. It's the same fangs. Like, it's the same individual.
Yes, he inhabits the same body.
You know, so it's like he's got all those feelings. He's got all that remorse. He's got all that guilt. I mean, that's why he's always fucking brooding all the time. He's all fucking, I was so bad for so long.
Yeah, but so many people.
And I'm never going to tell Illyria what I did for those 100 years in that hell dimension.
People are always telling him you were a different person. You shouldn't, but he still continues to carry that.
Yeah.
And from Holt's perspective, Angel needs to pay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I agree. There should be some kind of
apology.
reparation.
Yeah, but there's no amount of apology or telling him as much as he wants how sorry. There's no amount of it.
Yeah, because to Holt, it doesn't matter that Angel has a soul.
So should it be
not
capital
matter.
punishment for Angel? Should
No,
he
because
die?
capital punishment is dumb. But he should
So
he should do something. He should make reparations.
He's not
He's got a gypsy curse. He's tortured for centuries.
Okay, make
Robin,
reparations. Like,
say someone comes and kills your whole family.
yes.
There's nothing that person can do, no matter how much of a redemption that they want. Like there's no amount in the world, I think, that you would forgive that person. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely debatable for sure. I just host a podcast about Angel, and I always seem to side with him. So.
Yeah, of course, I was doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, he's a good guy. So what? He killed a few people. That was then. This is now.
A few hundred people.
All right.
Yeah, and also going back to talk in the beginning when Holt and Connor are having the conversation about God. What did he say? God brought you here, or thank God for this. That's
I've got the quote there, but
okay. Okay. Well, I think it is just it was a character. It's part of Holt's character that, when his family was killed, he, it was some kind of, he was religious, and maybe being from what year was that? Like the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were just filling out and making him more of a character, Holt. Saying, hey, remember back in the last season, when his family was murdered, he was a Christian person. So I don't think that they were actually, you know what I mean?
No.
Am I making myself clear?
What you're trying to say? What are you making?
I'm just saying
I
that
think he's trying to say that he lost his faith at that point.
Yeah, and it was just that's a character thing. Just to bring up that he is, his character is Christian.
Right.
Never mind. Go ahead. Let's go on. Move on. Moving on. Not important. Can't make my point.
Trying to follow you, but I couldn't. Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
Well,
it's Coca-Cola's fault.
So Justine tracks Holt down to his hotel, and he tells her that hate kept him alive in Kortoth, but then hate turned to love for a son, and now he needs one more favor from her.
Oh my God. You're going to kill me. This is fine, but then 2 pokes? I'm confused. That letter. Ah!
What? 2 pokes ain't good enough for you? You can't get no more than 2 pokes?
2 pokes.
I don't know what I'm trying to do here. All right, next scene.
Now that Connor's got rid of his darkness, Fred and Gunn take him to the ocean.
Yes, the big empty ocean.
I think they should take him to an amusement park.
Take him to a bowling alley. Everyone loves bowling. What are these idiots doing?
What's wrong with a dark beach? To just look back at your
Have
life.
you ever seen a child play in a playground after dark?
They probably thought he'd have plenty of
Super
sandcastles to kick
creepy,
over.
you
He'd be happy.
That was super creepy. Hey, let's take him to the beach with no sun. Like, I mean, maybe they wanted to introduce him to Dr. David Hasselhoff, Baywatch Nights and everything, but nope.
Yeah. So Steven takes a closer look, and Fred starts talking about how creepy it is to have to distract Steven while Angel deals with Holtz. And it turns out that Steven actually has some great hearing. And it's actually better next to a roaring ocean than it is in a quiet hotel where Angel first instructed Fred and Gunn to distract him for a while. But whatever. Still a great scene. I love that
cannot
whole.
even.
I love how he turns and looks at them, and you're like, "Can he hear us?"
No way. Yeah.
Back at the hotel, Cordy sees a silhouette that she thinks is Angel and is happy to see him.
Oh,
It turns out to be sad Gru.
pathetic loser, Gru.
Um,
Gru loser.
A huge cliffhanger right here. Holtz
I don't
finishes a letter as Angel invites himself into his room. Angel is ready to beat the geriatric Holtz when he's reminded how Holtz's son was killed by Angelus. Angel apologizes to him. Holtz thought taking his son would be justice, but it was vengeance, and so he's giving him back. He's kind of lost his taste for it.
Okay, stop. Is lying here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. That
very much
letter
about
was
vengeance.
a ruse?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, thank you. It was stupid show. Make it overly complicated. Should have just stuck with a straightforward shit. That was not impressive.
And he says that every time that Stephen calls him father, Angel will be reminded of what he took from Holtz. And now he's leaving and only wants Angel to give Stephen this letter. And when Stephen tries to find him, he'll be gone. He'll never be found again.
Another lie!
Angel reads the farewell letter from Holtz, in his car. And meanwhile, Stephen is hurdling cars to get back to the cheap hotel. And as this happens, Holtz prepares a final fuck you to Angel.
Wait, so Steven / Connor is human, correct?
He's superhuman. He's a meta-human, if you will.
All right. Because I'm like, how can he leave?
He doesn't.
Remember when he was flying in the first time we saw him? I was like, what?
Well, he's got a big super jump.
Yeah.
That's as much power we have. He's got good hearing.
He's really
Super
quick with a
jump.
knife.
Yep.
And I think he's very strong to be so scrawny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he lifted that vending machine all by himself.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah,
time,
that's true.
he was
he doesn't
theorized to be a
understand that
male slayer.
Oh, yeah?
He doesn't understand that he's part demon.
So, yeah.
Genetics is confusing in Hortoff.
Yeah.
Holtz
All right.
has Justine stab him in the throat twice to make it look like a vampire attack. And Stephen
You
finds Justine with him
asshole!
and says, Angelus.
Yeah.
Oof, what an
Great
asshole.
cliffhanger.
What an awful, awful, awful person.
Such a dick move, Holtz.
Brilliant.
Justine almost didn't go through with it.
Almost.
No, she was like, oh, big baby. I don't know I can do this.
Well, she was in love with him.
I don't get that. Moving on.
Who knows how she was able to find him at the hotel? It was some sort of, I don't know. Maybe she followed Connor or Stephen.
No.
Mm-hmm. So what else? Any other points you guys want to discuss about this episode?
Is the next one the
Got
finale?
letter sorted out. Yeah.
All right, good. I need a summer break.
Maybe not this kind of summer break.
So we'll see. It'll be, I don't know. So
Wait, Illyria, why do you
yes.
say that? Just because of the whole Holtz motivation and
well, it's just
manipulation and
I don't know.
adding a male down character to this series is off-putting.
Like, here's the deal. Holtz never loved Connor / Stephen ever. Because if he did, he would not have done this. He's still just looking for revenge, and the revenge he wants here is to instigate patricide. That's all he wants. You killed my son. I'm going to make your son kill you. That's what he wants. He wants to institute that. The problem is there are going to be some serious repercussions for Steven/Connor. Like, he is not going to deal well with this. He might be in denial for a little bit, but eventually it'll dawn on him what happened. And it's very important to realize that the motivation here has nothing to do with Steven. Holtz is just a bad guy. And if you're going to be a bad guy, why go through with the overly dramatic, overly complex theatrics? Just convince Steven to kill his dad. And I guess this is it, but did it have to be this complicated? Couldn't you just...
Yeah, because he doesn't want his son to know that he doesn't want Steven to know that he did all this, that he conjured all this up. He wants him to hate and jealous on his own. He doesn't want to be told. He wants to put the pieces together and be like, I need to kill this vampire.
Yeah, and I wonder if this plan he orchestrated after watching Connor. Like, he was hoping maybe Steven. He was hoping Steven would go to Angel, not like him, murder him. And then he sees him play fighting with him in the alley, and he's like, all right, I really got to get him to kill him. What am I going to do? What's the only other thing he loves in this world?
Plan B.
It's me. So, and then Justine shows up, and he's like, perfect. I can't do this myself.
Actually, he could have, but I guess he needs someone to hide the ice pick.
Yeah. So it's not only just F you to Angel, it's kind of a final like F you to his son as well.
Mm-hmm.
Product of a demon, two demons that he
despised,
swore vengeance against for eternity.
And in the end, I think it all comes back down to what Holtz was talking about when he was first brought to the 21st century by Sajan, where he was after vengeance. And part of the manipulation that we saw at particularly with the letter, was getting Angel to drop his guard to really take that fuck you when Steven kills him.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. I was confused.
You're just confused. That's all you're exasperated with. Okay.
I was, and now I'm not anymore. And I'm just, it's fine. It's good. It's good. Any more points before we do feedback?
I really don't have. I'm at a lot. I mean, Steph rattled off some trivia. Lila does mention undead Americans.
Yeah, that was
which is
great.
That, Buffy says to Angel in like the first season, I think.
Well, I mean, I swear I can't remember. Gru may be gone next episode and never to return, but I can't remember. But
okay.
I'm saying I'm not spoiling you because I don't remember. But like I was watching Flash
well, we all
the other day.
I suspect that Steven's gonna kill Gru.
Oh.
Well, the other day I was watching Flash, and this character comes back from another dimension or whatever. I can't even explain the Flash. I just enjoy it. And she's reunited with her boyfriend, and they're going to be together forever. And they're so happy. And then like 3 episodes later, I have no reason, but I got to go. Bye. My arc is over. My 3-episode guest stint is up. There was like no character reason for her to leave. She just left.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this is a great arc for him emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is pathetic. It's sad that he's just here for her. He has no person of his own. He has no what's the word that they always say about female characters? They have no
agency.
He has no agency of his own. He is only there for his princess.
I've never heard of that before.
Really?
Yeah.
I have.
No agency?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you are not the agent of your own future, that you are not in control of your own destiny, that you're in fact.
But I think that's the point of his character. He has no agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why he's pathetic.
Does this episode pass the Beck-Grew test?
This is what happens when you don't have locks on your study doors. These things pop up. Yes, this is a complaint by a man with toys behind him. But this is not sci-fi related at all. What is this?
Looks like Steven. Little hat.
Wait a second. Steven! Steven! He's too happy to be Steven. Feedback?
Sure.
Doc Brown sent us a voicer mail. Let me cue it up.
Alrighty.
Hey, RedemptionCast. It's Moira here. It's been a long time since I've chatted with you. Before I can give you feedback on Benediction, I have to confess. I was trying to be good. I was trying to watch the show with you and stay at your pace, but well, you were going so slowly, and I kind of wanted to know what's going to happen next, and so I kind of went ahead and I finished the whole series.
What?
Okay, so back to this. First off, it was fun to hear Gabby's voice last week. Even if she does hate Angel, and I don't hate Angel, I still love you, Gabby. And no, it's just fun whenever you're around. That was neat. But I agree. Pete Campbell. When Connor reappeared on the screen, and it was Pete Campbell, I just about died too. So Gabby, I'm with you, girl. I hate him. Just hate him. All he does is sullenness. That's it. That's all he does. Kind of a one-note wonder. Okay, highlight of this episode for me is anything to do with Cordelia's coolio new demon powers. She's just amazing, and maybe that's where the title comes from. You think? Benediction. She kind of gives Connor her blessing in a way, doesn't she? She, exercises his demons, so to speak, or at least the essence of Kortoth. Holtz, you're a horrible human being. That's all I have to say. You're diabolical and you're horrible. And and I enjoyed the bar fight choreography with Connor and Angel fighting together. I don't know why I like that so much, but I just really did. And Lila, you're just mean. You're mean to Wesley. I'm just mean. Because, hey, yeah, he don't got nobody. Okay. I'm super sleepy, so I'm afraid if I keep babbling on, it will make no sense whatsoever. So I'm just going to say, nice to have you guys recording regularly again. I've missed you. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye, Moira.
Bye.
Thanks, Moira. I also think
Thank you, Moira.
Benediction is like, the blessing given by Holtz as well. It's a bit of a blessing. Go be with your father. You can have my son. Angel, yada, yada, yada.
Ray writes in, I don't get why Angel doesn't just tell Connor the whole story about how Holt stole him as a child. I feel like he isn't taking the opportunity to do that when he and Connor are alone. Besides that, seeing the two of them fight side by side was actually kind of cool. Although Connor's petulant attitude is kind of annoying, even if it is understandable, seeing as he grew up in a hell dimension where Holtz raised him to hate Angel. But just because it makes sense doesn't make it any less annoying. I wish that we got to see more of Dark Wesley. I found his conversation with Lila interesting, and Lila calling vampires undead Americans pretty funny. Holt is sneaky, though, and his plan is pretty good. He played Angel like a fiddle. For a second there, I almost believed he was sincere. Ray. Thank you, Ray. You know what? I think that's what got me. I believed Holtz was sincere, and that's why I got all messed up and confused.
Yeah. I actually have a tiny bit of trivia I could read here about Dark Wesley.
Ooh.
I had it bookmarked, but I forgot to mention it since there wasn't much Wesley in this episode. But this is Alexis Stanisoff talking about Wesley's new look. I like the new look. We took the big fight and the slitting of the throat and going to the hospital, as there was an obvious couple episodes where he wasn't wearing his glasses and he wasn't shaving again for obvious reasons. They just liked the look in the head office. They said, well, this kind of matches where he is internally. Let's keep this for a while and assume you're wearing contacts or had laser surgery with all the time off you were in the hospital. It was kind of, could you zap the retinas for me while you're stitching up my larynx? We didn't go to explain it. The beauty of drama is that you can make these little jumps and people just fill in the gaps for you.
Yeah, I'm okay with the no glasses.
That's Alexis Stanisoff about on how TV deceives us.
Right.
This is the way I think of it.
Are you calling Angel fake news?
This is how I think of it. When Wesley is at the Hyperion, he's got his nose in a book and he's reading all the time. But now he's not doing the research and the studying up on the demons, so he has no reason to wear his glasses.
Okay.
He probably overcooks his lean cuisines, though.
Yeah, I can't read those instructions.
I don't know, 6 minutes? Whatever.
And is it just me, or did that wine look like grape juice?
It's very weak.
That did not look like proper wine, but he is from England. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get offended by that, maybe.
Shall we rate?
Oh yeah, I gotta open up my ratings.
Matt.
Yikes.
What did you think?
I forgot to come up with a rating system.
Kim.
What?
Kim, go.
I enjoyed this episode a lot because usually I'm watching an episode of Angel now, unfortunately, and I'm just sort of like, oh, I gotta watch this for the podcast. But I enjoyed it, and I got to thinking about Angel versus Angelus, and because I forget that he was a complete dick in past life, for lack of a better word.
Murder's demon. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed a lot of this episode. All the Cordelia stuff I really, really liked, and I thought it was a lot of a great setup for the finale next episode. So I'm gonna give this 8.5 out of 10 shiny box thingies.
Geiger counters.
You mean
Sure.
ghost traps?
Yeah, the Ghostbusters.
Thank you, Kim. Matt?
All right. I rather much enjoy seeing Holtz. I rather much enjoy hearing his voice. I rather much enjoy seeing him being a total dick. Therefore, I shall give this episode 7.5 deep, scary voices.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I was
Beautiful.
confused by this episode, and then less confused. I found the frolicking in the back alley really lame and cringe-inducing. The Cordy stuff was great. Gruselug is a loser. Wesley is super hot right now with his broodiness. Lila is such a bitch, also super hot. She's really mean to him. Like, he's really mean. And I didn't expect to see Justine back. That was kind of interesting for half a second. Holtz is the worst. He also has some pretty pathetic loaf on his face. They could have done a better job with the makeup. And what do we say about Steven and Connor? At least he's not Gunn and Fred eating breakfast. So I'm going to give this episode 5 out of 10 missed opportunities to stake someone with a glow stick.
All right.
Yikes.
Robin, you want to go?
Sure. Are you still thinking?
Well, no.
Go ahead.
That's good.
I think I will go. I think that I really like all the character flourishes, like what I was trying to say earlier. they didn't forget that back in the day when Holt's family was murdered, that he was a Christian back in 1800s, and they brought that into his character again. And how I liked how Angel and Connor worked so well as a team, and that I like that Connor has superpowers, and but this episode was kind of dry. It was just very dramatic, overly dramatic. And
I agree. Some parts were like that. I totally agree. Sorry.
Dry. So I give it 7 out of 10 Undead Americans.
Oh, all right. I guess I'm just gonna say I love this episode. It's probably one of the best in a few weeks. Got to say thank you and goodbye to the awesome Tim Minear for a while at least. Freaking always bringing in the awesomeness, the great direction, the heavy drums that I love about this show. And of course, Keith who plays Holtz. Good job to you, sir. They're both listening. Yeah, this episode
together. They listen to podcasts together during their commute.
Yeah, Tim's smoking a cigarette, and Keith is just talking in his scary voice about how lame I am. I don't like him very much, Tim. What can I say? I love how this Holtz plan actually kind of comes together really well at the end of the season. That this like huge vengeance against him. It's like they kind of trick you, and I guess it definitely tricked Illyrio quite a bit by Holtz suggesting that perhaps he's learned his ways and he's ready to hand his son over, and he's such an idiot about it. But then at the last minute, you see that he's just played his final game and really just screwed everybody around him. So I don't know. I love Glowy Cordy. I love the lack of Gru and pancake kisses. The nightclub scene was freaking awesome. I love all the camera work in that, and so I'm just gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Confusing letters.
Wow. Hey everyone, that's what we thought.
That brings it up to a 7.4 for this episode.
That was me lowering the average, in case anyone's wondering. That's what we thought. You can let us know what you think by sending us an email at
RedemptionCast@gmail.com.
Yes, and you can go to the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/potentialcast. You can follow us on Twitter @RedemptionCast, and you can go to redemptioncast.blogspot.com to download individual episodes like it's 1996, and you can find previous episodes, previous seasons in their own RSS feeds there as well. So, I think it's quote time.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your quote?
Well, we've touched on a couple of them, but I'll go with this one. It is a beautiful day. If my princess asks, tell her I've gone for a walk. If she asks.
Aww.
Loser! Ugh. He needs to drop that 0 and find himself a hero, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Go, Ricky. Go, Ricky. Go, Ricky.
Yep. There's a woman at a bar. There's a gang of vampires that are after her. You have to help her.
I thought that was a great way to mix up the, we've seen, oh, I have a vision.
Oh, wait, guys, I read the wrong one. I have to do that over.
Okay.
There we go. Give me a moment. I can see her, a woman, Angel. She's all alone. She doesn't see them. Angel, you have to hurry. Yeah, that's the one she yelled. The one earlier is the one that she said after she stopped yelling. My apologies.
We got the gist.
But yeah, it was time to shake up the whole. Oh, Cordy's having a vision.
Oh my God, yeah, that was
Angel's
getting
gotta
really
do
lame.
that.
And now
Yeah.
it's like we're guessing every time. It's keeping us on our visionary toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kim?
Hey, that's actually Uncle Filthy Demon to you.
God damn it, Kim. Why do I always have to go last?
Okay, so he survived an unspeakable hell dimension. Who hasn't?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. You know, hey,
So
Robin,
cute.
Robin, I'm giving this a 6 out of 10 because Steph reminded me of that awesome line. That was a great callback. That was really, really wonderfully sarcastic and wonderful from Fred. That's
We're
the
up to
kind of Fred I want.
7.6 now.
There you go.
Can I go now?
Sure. See ya next time.
Getting a good, strong reading here. Should I be wearing lead? Because I actually have something.
That was cute.
That was hilarious.
You know
has
he
a lead
does.
suit. Of course he has a lead suit. Oh, man.
Well, you got some serious mojo going on, girl. Whatever deal you struck with the powers, it looks to me like they gave you the full package, all the extras. That kid was toxic when he came here tonight. Heavy on the ick.
Yep.
I can't recall. Would you require an invitation for a place like this? Public accommodation? No.
Yes. Illyrio, you sure you don't want to read the letter as your quote?
Please no.
The entire letter.
I'm looking for it, actually.
No.
Dearest Stephen, this is a most difficult letter for me to write. You mean more to me than all I can hear is the voice that Helen Krabappel hears when when Woodrow Wilson has to give her a goodbye love letter. My dearest Edna. Never mind, I'm not reading it. I'm just gonna crack up. I'm just gonna crack up.
All
Awesome.
right.
Hey Matt, thank you so much for being our guest.
Well, thank you for having me again.
Yay.
Or rather, thank you again for having me.
Much better. And do you have anything you want to plug?
I have nothing.
All right.
All I do is listen to podcasts while I work.
That's awesome. That's great. You're better off than Gru.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for being so patient and for being on our show. And I think what's left is to talk about next time.
Yeah, 45 episodes left. 1 episode left in season 3. The next episode is called Tomorrow.
Okay, predictions, Kim.
I don't know.
What?
My prediction. I don't know.
Of course you do.
I
Steven kills
think
Gru. It's obvious.
I think we were a bit duped by that. I don't know.
Steven kills Gru.
I think Gru is going to be still mistaken for Angel and whatever. Cordy's going to set him free. He's going to go back to the demon world with Connor, I think.
Gru is?
Yeah.
Oh, is it that Gru wants to take Angel back with him, but he mistakes Steven wants to take Angel back with him, but he mistakes Gru for Angel because it's dark.
Sure.
And he maybe got hit on the head
Yeah.
by a guitar,
exactly
and he doesn't really know what's going on. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
I think Gunn will die.
Wow.
I think Gunn will die because it's out of nowhere, and we kind of like him now. Also, Wesley is going to come back into the fold, baby. Oh, no. Wesley's going to kill Steven. Oh, scrap all my other predictions. Wesley kills Steven, Angel flips.
Holy shit.
That's what I think is going to happen. Oh, yeah.
And I can hardly wait for you guys to see what actually does happen.
Well, I'll be watching it in a month. So. I'm just too busy.
Maybe in a couple weeks we'll
Yeah.
see what your
It'll be
schedule's
great.
like.
Well, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good
See ya.
night.
See you, everybody.
No, say.
Bye.
Snapping broadcast.